So, very good afternoon, class. Today I will be teaching upon the topic blindness. This topic is for BSc third year. So, according to WHO, the definition of blindness is it is a visual acuity or the loss of vision of less than 3 by 60 Snellen, according to Snellen's chart, or its equivalent. In the absence of appropriate vision charts by non-specialized personnel, the WHO has now added the inability to count fingers in daylight at a distance of 3 meters to indicate less than 3 by 60 or its equivalent. So a person who is not able to see or to count, to see an object or to count fingers during the daytime at a distance of 3 meters, then you can see that patient is or that person is having blindness. So a person who is not able to see object within 3 meters of distance, then we can say that it is blindness. So this has been defined by the WHO. There are many types of blindness. First is color. According to the color blindness, it is difficulty to distinguish between green and red color. So if not able to differentiate which is red and which is green color, then we call it as color blindness. Night blindness, difficulty to see objects in the dark. Snow blindness, temporary impairment or temporary difficulty in vision due to excessive exposure to ultraviolet rays. Complete blindness, inability to see objects in all circumstances. In all aspects, a person is not able to see an object. So he or she is having complete blindness. Legal, when the central vision is 20 by 200. Next, temporary blindness, vision loss shorter period. Okay, so for a short period of time, a person is having blindness, and we can call it as temporary. Permanent vision loss for a lifetime. Unilateral loss of vision in one eye. It can be the right eye or it can be the left eye. And bilateral is loss of vision in both eyes. So person is blind in both the eyes, and we call it as bilateral. Next, there are categories of visual impairment. There are two categories. One is low vision and one is blindness. Low vision means that a person is able to see at some point of view, but blindness is not able to see. So there are two, we have divided into two categories, okay, low vision and blindness, and the visual acuity is considered in maximum and minimum. So maximum less than and minimum equal to or better than. Okay, so in case of low vision, 6 by 18, okay, and minimum equal to better than 6 by 60. So here 6 is the distance, okay, the finger counting at 6 meters. Okay, so the distance here is always considered in meters and not in centimeters. Then low vision, maximum less. We can also say a person is having low vision if the maximum is less than 6 meters for an actual 60 meters. Okay, an object is placed and a normal person is able to see at 60 meters, whereas a person with low vision is able to see the object at 6 meters. So he is going towards the object. Okay, so the distance between the object and the person is very less as compared to the normal person. Okay, so this is 6 by 60 and minimum equal to better than 3 by 60. Next, coming to the those were the categories of low vision. Now coming to the categories of blindness. Okay, so here the distance are less than 6, meaning that the person is more closer to the object. Okay, distance kam ho gaya. So blindness, the first is 3 by 60, means that a person is able to count the fingers at 3 meters, or a person is able to see an object at 3 meters. Okay, then minimum equal to or better than 1 by 60, finger counting at 1 meter. Next, second is 1 by 60, means that a person is able to see or count fingers at a distance of 1 meter. Okay, and minimum equal to better than light perception. And the third category, the third point is no light perception, means that there is no light and person is having complete blindness. So in India, the annual incidence of 2 billion cataract-induced blindness. So most of the blindness are because of cataract. National Survey on Blindness 2001 to 2002, it shows that the prevalence of blindness is more than the blindness is more in patients with more than 50 years of age, that is 8.5%, and in general population is 1.1%. 6 to 7% of children aged between 10 to 14 years have problem with their eyesight. Now coming to the causes of blindness. Okay, so all over the world, in developed countries mostly, the causes are accident, glaucoma, diabetes mellitus, vascular disease, cataract, and degeneration of ocular tissue. Next, the leading causes of childhood blindness, and they are the ophthalmia, congenital cataract, congenital glaucoma, and optic atrophy. So these are some of the leading causes of childhood blindness. So these are the various points of etiology of blindness. Next, according to the epidemiological determinants, they are as follows. First is the age. Okay, in adults, the most common problems or eye diseases that causes blindness are cataract, refractive error, glaucoma, and diabetes mellitus. Whereas in children and young adults, okay, the causes are, the disease conditions are refractive error, trachoma, conjunctivitis, and malnutrition. Okay, so these are the this is a condition where blindness is most occurring. Next, in sex or gender, high prevalence of trachoma, conjunctivitis, and cataract is in women, and this leads to a higher prevalence of blindness in women. So women are more affected than men. Next is malnutrition. Okay, so infectious disease of children or childhood, especially measles and diarrhea, is also one of the leading cause for blindness. PEM, protein energy malnutrition, severe blinding, corneal destruction due to vitamin A deficiency in the first 4 to 6 years of life. So lack of vitamin A also is it has a very important impact on blindness. Next is occupation. People working in factories, workshop, industries, they are more prone to eye injury because of exposure to dust, airborne particles, flying objects, gases, fumes, and radiation. So these people working in factories also, they are at a high risk for developing blindness. Next is social class. Surveys indicate that blindness twice more than it is more prevalent in poorer classes than in the well-to-do. So it is the people in the EWS category, economically backward classes, and people of the poor category, they are at a higher risk for developing blindness as compared to the middle class people. Next, social factors like ignorance, okay, ignoring the signs and symptoms of eye blindness, poverty, low standard of personal and community hygiene, and inadequate healthcare services. So these are some of the factors, social factors, which can lead to blindness. Next, coming to the diagnosis, history collection, physical examination, and ophthalmoscopy. Coming to the management, okay, so if a patient is having refractive errors, like we've learned, okay, myopia, hypermetropia, presbyopia, okay, and so in case of these disease condition, then we have to correct the refractive errors by giving them, eyeglasses or contact lenses. Next, cataract and glaucoma correction. So if the patient is having cataract or glaucoma, then you will try to manage the disease condition. Laser surgery for retinal detachment can be done. Guide dogs. Guide dogs are eye therapies which are very helpful. With the help of dogs, okay, trained dogs, the person will be able to live his daily living activity. GPS guide, Braille, sound sense technique to locate objects, touch and smell. Next, coming to the prevention of blindness. The components for action in National Program for the Prevention of Blindness, it comprises of the following. So there is a program, okay, we call it as an national NPP NPP, National Program for the Prevention of Blindness. So according to this program, there are some components which are very important in order to prevent blindness. First is the initial assessment. Okay, whatever signs and symptoms they are having, whatever problems they are having, or any signs and symptoms of the disease condition like cataract, glaucoma, or refractive errors, trachoma, diabetes mellitus. So we have to assess their health condition. So whatever signs and symptoms, we try to correct the and provide management to the patient. Next is the method of intervention. It is categorized into primary eye care, secondary care, tertiary care, and specific programs. Next, long-term measures and evaluation. So these are some of the components in order to prevent blindness, and this has been approved by the National Program for Prevention of Blindness. So the vision of National Program for Blindness is the vision of 2020 is the right to sight. Okay, so the global initiative to reduce avoidable blindness by the year 2020. The main features are we have to target the disease. Whichever disease condition the patient is having, we have to identify and we have to correct and manage the disease condition. Next is the human resource development and infrastructure and technology development. Next, school eye screening program. So school eye screening program is very, very important as we try to check the eyesight of the children in schools. Okay, so some of the workers, they go, the doctors, they go to the schools and they go for screening, eye screening of the children. So it has been found that 6 to 7% of children between the age to 10 to 14 years, they have eyesight problem. Next, children are screened by school teachers along with the doctors. So the school teachers also play an important part to check the eyesight. Suspected refractive error like myopia or presbyopia or hypermetropia, they are seen by ophthalmic assistants and spectacles are provided free of cost. So those students who have eyesight problem, okay, myopia or hypermetropia, so they are checked and they are provided with spectacles, that is of free. Okay, so that is the school eye screening programs. So we have come to the end of the topic for today. I hope you've understood. Thank you, class.